Wow, what a gloomy day. It's snowing out. I feel like I've come full circle. That doesn't mean I'm well. It doesn't mean I'm okay. I feel like it's taken me 45 years to figure out what is wrong with me, what has been done to me. I feel like my mind was taken from medications that I was prescribed. And it's taken me 45 years to figure out what was medically wrong and to figure out what was being done to me, and weaned off all the medications to try to fight for my life and fight for medical answers. And I feel like I have reached the point where I've almost figured everything out. And I feel victory. I feel defeat. I'm exhausted beyond words. I've lost almost everything. From long-term misdiagnosis. I've been repeatedly medically injured. I weaned off all the medications to fight for my life, and I feel like I've got my brain back and my intelligence and my mind. And I feel like I'm standing at ground zero in all the rubble, traumatized, in a state of shock, blown away. Broken, in pain, injured, financially destroyed. And I don't know what to think. I feel victory and I feel defeat. And like one doctor said to me, you know too much. And that's true. I know a lot that they don't want me to know. And none of it was handled properly, I don't think. It could have been handled respectfully and diplomatically, and none of it was. I was out of, weaning off the medications. I felt better and better, and the last two medications almost took my life, and I was losing my mind. I was literally driven out of my mind. And I was almost killed weaning off the last two medications. Fought and fought for my life, fought to get diagnosed with severe sleep apnea. I had severe respiratory depression. I had severe sleepwalking and sleep eating for decades, severe undiagnosed apnea, for decades, for probably my entire life, undiagnosed narrow airway. They wanted to, they were misdiagnosing that all this was anxiety or depression or PTSD. They wanted to believe it was all mental illness. And I was so sick on all the medications. The more medications I was put on, the more disorders I was diagnosed with, physical and mental. Weaned off the medications, and so many things went away. And then I got my intelligence back and my brain back, and I was able to start to try to fight to find out what was really wrong with me and fight for medical answers. And what was really wrong was sleep apnea, a narrow airway, and the medications were causing serious, severe issues like sleepwalking, sleep eating, respiratory depression, worsening the apnea, making the airway issues, worse. Being overprescribed medications, being overprescribed sleeping pills for years, being prescribed up to 9 sleeping pills a night, and thinking that, well, if my doctor's giving this to me, it must be safe. It wasn't safe. At one point, I was being prescribed sleeping pills 24 hours a day. I was being prescribed multiple sleeping pills a night, but I was being prescribed one of the sleeping pills 24 hours a day. Driving kids to school and trying to function and drowning. And severe cognitive dissonance, not understanding what was wrong with me. And I was on 9 sleeping pills. And when you're that medicated, when you're that drugged up, you cannot figure things out. My memory was gone, and my intelligence was gone. And I was depressed from all the drugs. Depressed and confused and brain fog and now I'm trying to get the help I need. And of course, they're resistant. No, they're angry at the reality of my story. They're angry at what they've done to me. And, they're angry that I know. I feel like I've come full circle, and it's victory, it's defeat, it's grief, it's gratitude. Nine out of 10 doctors hate my story. 1 out of 10 doctors will congratulate me. And 1 out of 10 doctors, it makes them angry that this can happen to people. It's an incredible spot to be in. I'm in pain. I'm sick. I've got significant neuropathy, nerve damage, weaning off those medications. That could have been prevented. 100% that could have been prevented. The doctors would not listen to me. I was in acute withdrawal. The nerve damage was happening, actively happening, and it could have been stopped, and they did not believe me. I'm in pain. I'm exhausted. I've made that jaw thing. It is definitely helping me. I need a professional device made by a dentist. I don't have the money. $2,600. I've lost almost everything. I've lost my vehicle. I can't work. Just financially destroyed by all of this. And, you know, it's incredible what can be done to us. And I was naive and trusting, and it's incredible. I don't know what to think. I don't know. You know, nobody stood by my side and fought for me. I'm amazed I'm not completely out of my mind. I'm amazed I'm still alive. There are doctors that are surprised that I'm still alive. I'm severely traumatized. Betrayal of trust trauma. Physically, I'm so ill and weak and muscle wasting, and it's hard to breathe. Brain damaged, nervous system damaged. Smarter than I've ever been in my life. I was dumber than a bag of hammers on all those medications. I'm glad I'm still alive. I'm in pain. I'm exhausted. I need help with my jaw and my airway. I don't know if I'm going to get that help.